So this is the book, and it came out now. I think it's 11 translations, different languages. It's a story about two girls, two punk girls in the 80s in Vienna, and they decide to tramp to Vienna to go hitchhiking to Italy. To Italy because they wanted to stay in the south over the winter, and the whole plan was just to have an adventurous and wild life. Yeah, and we didn't have money. We started this trip just with the clothes we had on, and I think a second underpant and 50 cents in our pocket, and no passport, of course. So we had to cross the borders. Back then there still were borders between Austria and Italy, so we had to cross the border illegally. And yeah.
Is this all real? Did all of this really happen? Because a lot of things happen, some of them nice and many of them not so nice.
Yeah, that's a good question. Before I started the book, I was not sure if I should make it open that it's a real story. I was thinking it could be just a fictional story, no problem. And then I don't have to be so, then it doesn't then it doesn't show me that naked. I could say, no, it's an invention. But then we realized that it's different for the audience when they know, but it's happened. It really happened. And there are some decisions in the story which I, as an author, wouldn't have made. I wouldn't have had the idea that this girl should react like that. And in real life, I had some stupid reactions, a lot, or other people reacted stupid. And I wanted to just show that part. Maybe I would be more ashamed if I would to invent such stuff than just to experience it and to tell it like it is. So the decision to talk openly about the fact that this is a real story was also a concept.
When and how did you come to the decision of telling this story? Did you have any intention?
No, I said I was desperate. I failed with the other idea which I had, and there was one moment where I told this story to some friends, and my boyfriend, my partner, Kai Pfeiffer, he's also a comic artist and author too, and he started insisting that I should make this story. It took him something like 1 or 2 months to convince me, and then I just did it because I had no other option. It was just a good it's true. I thought, it's good material for a longer story, and I really wanted to make a big book. That was my plan. I wanted to have a story where the reader spends a lot of time with it. I didn't like these 80 pages comics where you read it in 1 hour and then that's it.
So previously you have never thought about writing a story about your life?
No, never.
A decision that you took.
I was ashamed. I tried to hide. I tried to to clean it up a little bit for the market.
Right.
And then it came out that this dirty backstory of my teenage time is a very good. It helped my position on a strange art market. Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that you were really brave, because you touched on some issues that not very many people have dealt with before,
That's the surprising aspect. Maybe I should introduce this to the audience now. So what is the story about? It's about two very emancipated Viennese girls which travel to Italy, and there they are welcomed enthusiastically by the Italian men because they are two 17-year-old teenage girls in their full bloom. And one of them, Edie, loves to fuck. That was her hobby, having sex with guys. And it was not my hobby. So we got split apart, and after like a month, I had to continue my journey alone. And then it got very disturbing in Sicily because the attention of the men was terrible. It was too much. It was really awful. They were just like eating me alive. I got also raped. It was not very nice. That was the point why I thought it's important to tell this story. because of these experiences as a female in a patriarchic, archaic society where they don't take you as a person, but just as something they could chew up and spit out. You don't get respect. I'm surprised that it was that this story is not just common and often described in literature, because it happens so often. It's normal day life for women. It got better when I aged. The age of the 17 years old age is really bad. the girls in this age get really too much attention.
Apart from the most sensitive issues like the rape and so on, do you look back like with regret, or you are happy that you really took this? I mean, you embarked on this adventure, on traveling, without money to Italy, and Sicily and so on.
Absolutely. I totally regret it as an adult, as a mother, to have done this to my parents. That's what I really would love to not to take it back. But I love to make the experience, and I did never ever want to miss it. And also that I just made the break with the social, that I just didn't follow the path which my family had thought or planned before. That was a good thing.
Yeah, your family thought that you were crazy, right?
Yeah, totally. and I mean, they right to be worried. It was very dangerous. And the reason why I just survived it so well and I was able to also overcome the traumatic experiences was because my family still is a very healthy and nice family, which always, in the end, showed me that they love me and that they help me, that they stay behind me. They didn't kick me out.
It was like really dangerous. I mean, you were related.
Very dangerous.
You were related to like the big bosses of the mafia, right? In Sicily, Like, my God.
Oh my God, yes. And just try heroin, of course. I mean, terrible, very bad. But I didn't like the heroin, actually. I didn't like it from the start. And I was happy that I felt bad when I took it, because that gave me a good reason to say, no, that's not good for me.
When you started this trip, I mean, an open journey, it's like you didn't have any plans, right? It was like just traveling around.
It was so fantastic. I mean, that's the best ever, that you just go, you make the decision, I go, and then you just go and you try to grow with the experiences. That was the kick for us, to just survive. It's the same kick like you decide you go straight in a straight line through a landscape. You have the plan. Okay, my plan now is to go in a straight line through this area, and if there is a river or if there is a fence, I go over the fence or I go over the river, but I keep on my plans. It's a crazy plan, and it's exciting to do it. And that's why how we felt with 17. And I was thinking back then that I have to learn from the real life, and we were punks. We wanted to do everything different from what society expects. We were fascinated by the dark aspects, and we were fascinated by criminals. That's why we stick with the mafia and bandits.
When you were living this experience, were you aware of like the real danger that you were exposed to?
In the night, when I was in the house of the mafiosi, and I was yes, I was aware of the danger, but that was in a moment where I couldn't, like this scene which I show in the moment. It was the scene after the rape where I was very desperate and I was very frightened, but I never thought about going back. That's a big question which always comes from readers or from, I don't know who it is, but they always, and there was a film production company, they write a screenplay for a film, and they also wanted to write the scene where I take the telephone and call my parents that I want to go back. And I told them I never did it. I never thought about it. I wanted to, I was like this hero in the journey who wants to fight the dragon. And if he goes out and if he comes back without killing the dragon before or having any victory, any small victory, then it's a failure. So I would never have returned in the darkest moment, because then it would have felt like a failure. I had to go over it, and somehow I think for me, when we left Sicily in the end, it felt like I won against the mafia bosses because they didn't get us or something. It felt like a little victory. If it would be a fictional story, I would have written a better ending, of course.
You said that before, and I found that surprising because